there's been that huge string of quakes in Utah. And I checked it today, and there are over 32 aftershocks today alone. And there's been a couple hundred. And now those aftershocks are running in multiple different directions, including all the way down to LA. So now, if you look back at some of the tectonic plate history in the under the ocean, I truly believe that these planets have the ability to grab land masses as they pass, like big magnets, and drag them along with them. Or it's like, say, for instance, if you throw a piece of cardboard down on the snow and you jump on that cardboard, it will slide. And I think that some of these planetary push-offs are repelling, because remember, the planets do not crash into each other. They electrically repel because they're opposing electrical poles, north plus, south minus, and north minus, and south plus. And that's
like
what
magnets.
Right. And I believe that when they go, if it was to come into a fast repulsion event and grab hold of a landmass, it might actually shove it. Now, we've seen evidence of planetary passes that are causing volcanic activity. And if you look at a lot of these major videos shot of these eruptions, if you look way above the top of these eruption clouds, in many instances, you will see a dark planet above. Now, I try to teach everybody to, when you're looking at captures and videos and stuff, don't stare at the sun. Look at the dark stuff first. Look for the rounded shadows in the sky. And once you start to do that, you will get an eye for a reverse view. And that's how we teach most of our new members how to sight the passing planets, which go by every day and have for 10 years. And if you look for the dark shadows with gray-black sunglasses, don't go out with welding glasses and all of that. You won't see anything. And of course, low sea level areas, it's much harder to see. So if you're up in a chem-free area and you get an opportunity, look for the dark shadows in the sky, and you can't miss it. They're sky fillers. They're on either side of the sun for most of the day and throughout the day. The best time is the morning, midday, and sunset. And if you go to our site and see the site drawings, they'll give you a reference as to which planet is which, including the base clouds and everything else.
Yeah, I've set out to try to see and really look and try to see, and it just wasn't connecting with me. But actually, I now live in Ashland. I live way higher. And you're saying that your living altitude is a factor in this. Yeah.
I'm up at just below 5,000 feet now up here in Big Sky, Montana, and we don't have as many. Yeah, we don't have as many chemis going by, and they spray over populated areas, and you can see them when they come in. They get to your outside of your valley, and that's when they start spraying. And of course that thickens up the air, and then it's sort of more like looking through a fishbowl. Now, it does a double thing, because we do have a second sun. It arrived 2011, 2012. It's documented. We've proven it. Thousands of pictures. And it does a double thing. It cuts the amount of extra radiation coming in as well as the out view. And now, remember, we look at a graduated out view of a 30% cone. And so it's, staring through a fishbowl. It's like staring through water. It messes with you. But the best way to
sorry to have you back up. What do you mean we're staring through a 33% cone? Is that like a light refraction thing?
It's because we're staring out Earth's atmosphere. It has a focaling effect because we're looking through basically suspended water in the air.
Right.
And it causes a sort of a prism effect on our out view. And what comes by, when the planets come by, they look really small at first, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then sort of slightly distort a little bit, and then they pass in front of us, and then they're really huge and very rounded, and then they start to hook away. Now, there's three current patterns of close pass going on. We have At2 and Uri, which is working its way from the middle of the sun area in the morning, excuse me, and then it pulls towards us in a distant south by southeast hook. And then the closer passing planet, which is At2's moon, and then Nepenthe comes over midday, and it blocks the top of the sun. And then the farther out hook orbit is on from the south-southwest is Saturn, followed by Nibiru, and then they come in afternoon, evening, sunset.
Welcome to the radio, Wasteland. Hello, my darling. Welcome to the